This is just going to be a little video about the current situation in Fuerteventura, about COVID, about tourists coming back, hotels opening, what have you, and also a bit of what we did in May and June. So stay tuned to watch it if you want. So firstly, the COVID situation. As I think I mentioned in a previous video, that we were COVID free for a while, and then some illegal immigrants arrived in little boats, and one of them was found to be infected, and we've had another boat arrive as well, and in total now we've got 36 cases live. That's more cases than we had even at the worst period back in March here. So that's not good news. They're all in a quarantine ship or place in the port, so hopefully they're not spreading it around, but we'll see. As far as tourists are concerned, I think the first load of tourists are arriving from Germany on the 28th, which is what, Sunday? Yep, Sunday. And then I think we've got British tourists coming from the 1st of July. A number of the hotels on the island are opening on the 1st of July. Obviously they're not going to be particularly busy immediately, but I guess it'll build up. At least some people will be going back to work now and living. Not everybody though. We actually came out of the state of emergency this weekend, which means that there's very few regulations. There are some regarding maintaining social distancing and wearing masks inside shops and things like that. But other than that, you can pretty much go anywhere you want and do what you want. There are some restrictions about the capacities in some of the bars and restaurants, but largely they're open, or open if they think it's worthwhile opening, of course, with no tourists here at the moment. And there's all sorts of other sort of restrictions, things like funerals. You can have up to 50 people attending a funeral if it's outside, and you can have up to 250 people attending a wedding if it's outside. Why is there a difference between funerals and weddings? I have no idea, but there you go. Anyway, enough of that boring, depressing stuff. Let's get on with the exciting things we got up to in May and June. Really exciting. Well, here we are. We've come to Porto to meet some friends. We're in their apartment and we're about to go out to lunch. So just to show you, we are abiding by all of the regulations, because we're allowed to be here in their apartment like this with no masks on. And here we are at the restaurant, complying with the regulations, sitting at the same table, don't need masks or anything like that. So here we are, going from the apartment to the restaurant, and we've got to wear masks. How bloody ridiculous is that? We can sit at a table at a restaurant together without masks, we can be in their apartment together, but just because we're in a car, we can't. You've got to love politicians, they're wonderful, aren't they? Well, the JP menagerie seems to continue to grow a bit, because the other morning I got up, fortunately I got up early for me, and I saw a baby hedgehog swimming in the pool on its last legs basically. If I'd got up at my normal time, then it would have drowned. So I managed to get it out with the net. Very, very tiny it is, I decided to just keep it for a week or two and feed it up to give it a better chance, because it was just so tiny. I'm just about to clean it out, so I'll show you what it's like, the little hedge pig. Okay, let's see if we can find him. He's normally snuggled up underneath this pad thing. There he is. She. Come on, Scrappy. Let's come. Sorry to wake you up. I think it's a female. Oh, it definitely is a female. No. Need to get a glove. Apparently the females have very, very prickly prickles, and the males don't. And this one is very, very sharp. Right, we'll have another go. And Sue thinks it's the males that have the prickly fur. fur spikes. Come on, scruffy out, come on. There you go. In you go there. While I clean you out. Look. How cute is that? Alright, hedgehog. Actually, I think it's grown in a few days. Sorry to wake you up. Back in the UK, 2 winters running in November, I found a baby hedgehog this size when I was out walking the dog, and we kept them the whole winter in the conservatory in a big dog cage, and released it in about April. It must have been the biggest, fattest, both of them must have been the biggest, fattest hedgehogs in the area. Well, I've made him a little box to sleep in, because that pad that was in there was getting a bit smelly. I'll pop that in there, and then we can put him back in. Just need to put my glove back on. Shouldn't be so spiky, should you? Come on in, Spike. Come on, there you. Come on, up you go. There's a good thing. Oh, look at him. Handsome little chap, aren't you? Oops, sorry, didn't mean to drop you. He's got fresh water, he's got some bacon bits which he seems to love. I've given him cat food and he doesn't seem to touch that. And he has a bit of fruit. Well, let's help him into his bed. Come on, over there. Come on, over you go. There we go. Should write his name on the top, shouldn't I? Spike. Not very original for a hedgehog. So we'll leave him quietly for a while and come out and check him in a minute, make sure he's gone in his little bed. He's just starting to unfurl himself. Yeah, well, the box looks like it was a success. Straight in it. Alright, Spike. So here we are again. Silly o'clock in the morning. Well, silly o'clock as far as I'm concerned, because it's just about 9 o'clock in the morning. And finally, got the appointment at Traffico to hand in my paperwork to exchange my British licence for a Spanish one. This whole process has only taken just over 6 months so far, from trying to get the first appointment for the medical to now, and then the normal time I think is 7 weeks to get your licence back, but no doubt with the current situation that will drag on. The big problem is I can't go to the UK and hire a car if I haven't got a licence. I'll just have a little temporary paper licence which is only valid here. Not that I've got any plans to go back shortly, but you never know what might happen, do you? Well, at least it's a pleasant morning for this time in the morning. We'll see how we get on. Of course, masks at the ready. This whole coronavirus thing is just getting daft. There's going to be so many people dying of starvation because they've lost their jobs and what have you. There'll be far more people dying that way than from the virus. So here we are outside Traffico. My appointment was for 9:40. It's now about 10 past 10 and there's still a queue. So much for appointments. All wearing these silly masks. You've got to love Spanish bureaucracy. So that was brilliant. I waited an hour and then they say we're not allowed to do licence exchanges at the moment. They don't know why. So why did we have an appointment? You couldn't make it up in this country. I mean, They make inefficiency a bloody art form, they do. So I've got to wait and wait and wait now. Thanks a lot, Trafico. So after the fiasco in Puerto del Rosario, now we're in Coraleco because Sue needs books. And we just had to find where the bookshop's moved to, and it's just over there behind me. So if anybody wants to come here and get some second-hand reading material, there's the High Street, and there's Dr. Werner's surgery, and it's just on the corner here. Books, cards and things. If you got this far, thanks for watching, and hopefully in the next few videos we'll be back to normal. So thanks for watching. Bye.